The Farm Bill is out of the House Agriculture Committee and is now in front of the full House of Representatives. We're giving you an update today on the Farm Bill. This is actually the Agriculture and Nutrition Act of 2018. It reauthorizes farm programs and directs the nation's agriculture policy for the next 5 years. It's traditionally been nonpartisan, with a few disputes about some of the details in the language of the bill, but traditionally passes without too much hassle. This year is a different story, and we already have a different video going into a little bit more detail on the Farm Bill itself and the contentious issues this year, but we wanted to raise two of them as they are becoming very contentious as the bill moves out of committee and is into the full House of U.S. Representatives. It passed the House Agriculture Committee on a party line vote, and that partisan politics is rearing its ugly head in front of the full House of Representatives. What's contentious about it? Well, there are two big things, and both fall into the category of public benefits more than support for farmers or agriculture, as you might expect to be in the Farm Bill. The first is food share, or SNAP benefits, otherwise called food stamps. That has traditionally been incorporated in the Farm Bill in the last several decades, and it has been intended to help support families that need assistance buying groceries or buying food support for their families. It's traditionally been included in the Farm Bill. Well, this year, as you can imagine, with all of the conversations about including work requirements in public benefits programs, it was in the Farm Bill that language was specifically added to increase and heighten the work requirements for people to get food benefits. And this was a contentious issue out of the gate. It was one of the reasons why the Farm Bill was voted along party line votes in committee, and it's expected to be very contentious as the House debates it this week. Now, the requirement requires adults ages 18 to 59 to work or enroll in work training programs that are at least 20 hours a week. And this includes parents. Now, in the past, there has been a carve-out for folks that have dependent children in the home. This gets rid of all the carve-outs. This is a very strict work requirement. If you don't meet the work requirement, you could be locked out of your benefits for a year. Subsequent failures means you could be prohibited from getting food support for 3 years. Now, there is also another section of this bill that is coming to light a little bit as discussions prepare in the House of Representatives, and it centers around the term association health plans, which we've been talking about. You know from our other videos that the Trump administration has proposed rules on both short-term insurance and association health plans, plans that do not have to comply with the Affordable Care Act's consumer protections. Well, the Farm Bill itself includes seed money for association health plans up to $65 million. Now, expanding association health plans is what a lot of health policy experts argue will cause premiums to increase in the health reform marketplace. It also, they argue, could come back to bite farmers. It could actually offer them fewer options for their insurance, and they would then, if you think of farm families and farm workers, they could be restricted in the insurance access and coverage that they actually have. So association health plans have not been seen as a strong benefit to the folks that actually work in family farms or in the farm industry, but instead that is being included because of the political talking point. It is being included in this year's Farm Bill. The Farm Bill uses federal resources to subsidize association health plans. Now, the impact, some folks are saying, first of all, by adding the work requirement and the language of association health plans, you could end up cutting benefits for a substantial number of low-income families and thereby increase food insecurity and hardship. Now, this would directly impact up to 7 million recipients. The committee that was debating this several weeks ago said that they could see 1 million households, up to 2 million people losing benefits immediately. And the far-reaching economic impact is much more dire. And we even saw groups like the Grocers Association and some other retailers and industry associations speaking out against the Farm Bill very vocally, most likely because of that food share or the food benefit language. And there's a little bit more to be seen of how that association health plan conversation plays out. Of course, this is being called bureaucratic, costly, and unworkable. It really has politicized an otherwise bipartisan bill. So you're going to see contentious debate in the House, and prediction right now is that it might not even make it out of the Senate in the form it is now. House of Representatives already saw 20 amendments being tacked onto the bill. If it does make it out of the House successfully, you're going to need 60 votes to get it out of the Senate, which means you've got to have a bipartisan answer. You can go ahead and read this for yourself, but before we finish up, I want to share one little tidbit. Wisconsin's Governor Scott Walker, who has been very vocal about work requirements, Wisconsin has submitted a demonstration waiver, a Section 1115 demonstration waiver to add work requirements, drug testing, and premiums to our Badger Care, our health programs, after doing a pilot program to add work requirements to our food share program. Well, Wisconsin has increased its work requirements in food share, our food security program, already, and wants to do more. When doing so, Wisconsin bragged that we added 25,000 families to the working world, that 25,000 food share recipients gained work because of the program. However, when Governor Scott Walker wrote a letter endorsing the Farm Bill, he wrote this to Paul Ryan and to members of the House of Representatives, he said, Wisconsin has done a great job and has experienced great things because of our work requirements, such as adding 25,000 people to the workforce. He did not say, however, we kicked 86,000 people off of food share, off of their food support benefits. The impact of that is going to be far-reaching, and you can imagine dramatic. That's 86,000 people that no longer have food security support, and that's a lot of grocery stores that aren't getting the benefit of the economic payment that comes in when people use their food share dollars. You could read the House Farm Bill for yourself with the language included. Look for the language on association health plans and the $65 million that goes along with it. You can also read a Politico article on the House Farm Bill that gives you an update, also talks about that Wisconsin endorsement letter from Governor Scott Walker. You can send us your thoughts on the Farm Bill or other topics. You can send us an email, and you can do all of that at healthwatchwisconsin.org.